The Process of Illness, Part 7 of 15. The Psychotherapy series, All Illness is Mental Illness. That's the shocking beginning. Cancer, strokes, heart attacks, migraines, they all start as shadows cast by a single source: guilt. Illness is not random, not genetic, not environmental. It is judgment, and judgment is mental. The moment guilt is chosen, a shadow is cast on the mind's canvas, and the body is asked to carry that shadow as if it were real. When guilt is believed, illness is inevitable. Not because God punished, but because the mind punished itself. To believe in guilt is to request illness, and what you ask for you will receive. The faith is not in healing, but in hurt. The faith is in crucifixion, not resurrection. This is why remedies fail. They try to fix shadows while the light remains ignored. Like a child afraid of monsters in the dark, the cure is not rearranging the furniture but turning on the lamp. All external things, medicine, surgery, therapy, are but shadows of a decision already made. Change the decision, and the shadow changes instantly. And when guilt is not corrected, the descent into hell begins step by step. First guilt, then fear, then sickness, then death, then misery. They march like a procession, sometimes hand in hand, sometimes one after the other. Walk through a hospital ward, through a cemetery, through a therapy clinic. You'll see the shadows lined up. Yet however real they appear, they are illusions. And illusions cannot be healed at the level of their appearance. To heal is to show the one holding the lantern of guilt that the light is still in his hand. This is why the word cure has become suspicious, even among the so-called respectable therapists of the world. Deep down, the world knows nobody cures. They only shift symptoms, polish shadows, move smoke around the mirror. At worst, they make the body real in their own minds and then try to heal what they themselves invented. This is like saying God must be found in evil, that love hides in punishment, that sickness contains salvation. It is absurd from start to finish. To make the body real is to make guilt real and then to use magic to cover it over. The very starting point is insane. And once it begins there, it must end in the same insanity. At best, the healers of the world catch a glimpse of the truth. They say, the mind is the source of illness. That's progress. But then they stop short. They say, so heal yourself with your thoughts. And that is the trap. For the sick mind cannot heal itself. It is like asking a blindfolded man to remove his own blindfold. Someone outside the loop of guilt must remind him the light is still there. This is why self-help can only go so far. The self that believes in guilt cannot correct itself. It can only surrender to correction. Illness is nothing more than wearing a false self-concept. A self that says, I am weak, I am vulnerable, I am endangered, I am guilty. But if you were truly weak, no defense could help. If you were truly vulnerable, no wall could protect you. Illness is the performance of weakness, the theater of vulnerability. Defenses are the costumes, the props, the stage makeup. But the actor is still innocent beneath them all. Truth comes to the stage and says, the play is over. Yet the ego resists because if the curtain falls, the illusion of sickness falls with it. This is why correction cannot start by calling the illness real and then trying to overlook it. You cannot declare the shadow a monster and then pretend it isn't there. To overlook reality would be insanity, but to overlook illusion is sanity itself. Magic tries to make the shadow true and then move it around. A little health here, a little health there. But fear always leaks out again because it was never healed. It just took another form, another symptom, another diagnosis, another drama. All sickness is insanity, and in it there are no degrees. That's the ego's favorite compromise. I'll believe in just a little sickness, a little guilt, a little hell. A cold is small, cancer is big. But in truth, they are the same shadow. To believe in degrees of illness is to believe in degrees of guilt. But God does not do fractions. Innocence is whole, guilt is either real or nothing. To believe otherwise is mockery, trying to make compromise with what cannot be compromised. This is why the insane defend their illusions so fiercely. To them, sickness is salvation. If you try to take away their sickness, they believe you are attacking their very self. Don't you dare touch this, it's who I am. This is why the therapist must meet attack without attack, defense without defense. Defenselessness is strength, because it shows that the shadow has no power. Attack is weakness, because it proves you still believe in the shadow. The psychotherapist's role, then, is to teach that guilt cannot be justified, not because the sin is too great, but because it never happened at all. If guilt is unreal, it cannot be safe to keep, and it cannot be justified to carry. It must remain both unwanted and unreal. And this is where salvation comes in. Relieve the mind of the insane burden of guilt. That is the single goal of all therapy, of all healing. The body is not cured, it is recognized as neutral. Its purpose can be seen rightly, as a means of communication, not as a prison or punishment. When guilt is gone, what use is there for sickness? None. The need for illness vanishes with the belief in guilt. No long analysis, no weary debates, no endless discussion of shadows. The truth is simple: being all, being one, being whole. Guilt is gone, and with it goes illness, for they were never separate. The process of illness was always the process of guilt. Healing, then, is not fixing shadows, but turning back to the light. And once the light is remembered, the shadow is gone. Not because it was defeated, but because it was never there.